Welcome heroes, legends, and warriors of Sanctuary. My name is Omni and I am your guide to Diablo Immortal.
Not enough energy. I don't have enough energy. Not enough energy.
Do you ever find yourself running low on energy? Struggling to keep up with the demands of the whirlwind in your day-to-day life? And when it comes to pleasing your party members, do you wish you had that extra stamina to keep on going that extra mile? Introducing the Infinite Energy Barbarian build, the revolutionary build that unlocks infinite energy so that you can truly satisfy the whirlwind inside. No matter your size, this build will keep you going strong. Size doesn't have to matter. At only 855 resonance, enemies will melt with this unlimited whirlwind open world farming build. This also works in any tower. Don't let fatigue hold you back any longer. You have the energy and stamina to match your size and satisfy your party. With 71.3% crit hit chance, 60.5% crit hit damage, movement speed of 63%. In order to reach this, you will want to look for crit hit chance on your hat, on your shoulders, on both of your main hand weapons, and on your 2 offhand weapons. You will also want to build a Mother's Lament rank 10 2-star gem, which will give you a lot of crit chance. Plus, you want to use this build whether you're on the dance floor or in hell. Fallow Fields is your secret weapon for unleashing unparalleled energy and excitement. Whirlwind now consumes life instead of energy, allowing you to maintain your whirlwind for as long as blood flows through your veins. Whirlwind damage is increased by 18%. With the Fallow Field main hand, your whirlwind is unlimited. The amount of life it actually takes from you is negligible, so you can spin and spin forever. However, there is one thing, is when you are spinning, when you are using Fallow Fields, when you are using whirlwind, you are slightly slower. That's why we also use boosts such as Wrath of Berserker. Wrath of Berserker will increase your speed. Ox's Horns is the shoulders you will need. When Whirlwind strikes the same enemy 3 times, it rips their flesh, causing them to bleed. Ox's Horns does an immense amount of damage, plus synergizes really well with 2 offhands. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready to take your performance to the next level? Say goodbye to fatigue and hello to twice the power and speed of the Roar of Persuasion offhand. With this, Wrath of Berserker will increase your critical damage by 50%. 50% critical damage increase every time you land a critical hit, which will be all the time. Also, it also increases your speed by 20%. It doesn't say that, but it does. Next, we have the Falling Thunder offhand, which is significant because your Ox's Horn shoulder pads will cause your enemies to bleed. Now get this, with the Falling Thunder offhand and your enemies are bleeding, Wrath of Berserker will increase all of your damage by 28.5%. Now let's dive into some of the juiciest parts of this build, which will be the Cliff Diver's Pants. Cliff Diver's Pants increases your crit chance by 19% whenever you leap. That's not all. You also want to use a 4 set of Gloom's Guide set items that will give you 22.5% even more critical hit chance, plus a flat out straight 15% extra damage. We are also going to be using Sprint. We're going to be using Sprint, which will make you super fast. There are no legendaries that go with Sprint, but don't worry. We're going to dive in first with Leap, using your Cliff Divers, increasing your crit chance by 19%, and then another 22.5% by your Gloom's Guide set. and then completely annihilating your enemies with Whirlwind. Next, don't forget your hat, which will be the Horns of Harrogath. During Wrath of Berserker, slaying enemies increases your damage dealt by 1% for 9.6 seconds, up to a maximum of 10%. Now you're going to be just doing 10% extra damage all the time because you are just going to be crushing enemies every second. Now for the chest piece, I like to use the Gathering so you can suck all your enemies into a nice little ball that you can kill and your party can kill. However, if you need more damage, you can use Manifold Gore as your chest piece. With Manifold Gore, Whirlwind damage is increased by 19% for each bleed on your enemy. This synergizes super well with Ox's Horns, which will cause your enemies to bleed. Last but not least, you want to use Selena's Iron's main hand. Leap causes the ground to shake where you land, dealing 9,000 damage to all enemies in the area over 3 seconds. Damage increased by 90%. For maximum carnage and maximum damage, you will want to use a 4 set of Seeds of Sown Gold, which will give you an extra 30% damage from Whirlwind. Also, after you stop using Whirlwind, the enemies will be hit by another explosion of damage. With a 4 set of Seeds of Sown Gold, you will also want a 4 set of Gloom's Guide. This 4 set of Gloom's Guide just synergizes so well. Every time you leap into combat, you will gain 15% extra damage on all damage, plus 22.5% crit chance. So, what are you waiting for? Upgrade your performance with this lightning fast build and unleash the whirlwind of potential inside. No matter what your size, even 855 resonance is just enough. All in all, this build is hilarious. This is funny. I've never seen a Diablo like this. You have unlimited whirlwind. Unlimited whirlwind is just silly and full of fun. I love this build. It's really fun to play with. You just go into a battle and you just whirlwind all over your party members. Have fun. If you enjoyed this, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.